Now at 6, the Joplin City Council will consider a proposal to ban the sales of alcohol shooter bottles in the city. Plus, police in Kansas City investigate the death of a baby whose body was found in a wooded area over the weekend. And some tips to help protect you and your pets from ticks as we move into tick season.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Joplin City Council tonight will consider the proposal to ban the sale of miniature liquor bottles in the city. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. These bottles are commonly used for selling alcohol in quantities of 100 milliliters or less. According to the council bill, shooters are easier to conceal and disproportionately contribute to violations of city code. A representative from Higher Society, a local nonprofit that helps clean up the community, says the bottles add to the litter problem. Some opponents argue that a ban would be unfair and would hurt the city's sales tax revenue. That council meeting is just now getting underway. We're going to have the latest for you tonight on KOAM News at 10. Police are investigating the death of a young baby after a body was discovered in a wooded area in Kansas City, Missouri. Someone passing by the area noticed the body and alerted police over the weekend. Investigators believe the body had been in the woods for a while. A medical examiner will conduct an autopsy to determine how that baby died. Police are treating that case right now as simply a death investigation. Flash flood watch, even a warning for part of the area. Let's check in with meteorologist Sam Lane.
All right, thank you very much, Dow. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain over the last few days, and that's causing a flash flood watch to be issued for parts of southwestern Missouri, even a flood warning for the Spring River near Carthage, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. We also have a stream advisory for eastern Ottawa and parts of Delaware County due to all the rainfall. How much rain? Well, in the green, 1 inch or more has fallen over the last 2 days. And then you start getting into the yellow, which is 2 inches, orange 3, white 4, and 5 inches in some of the purple areas there in Wilson County, where they've been dealing with a drought for so long. And they're definitely welcoming the rainfall, especially across southeastern Kansas, where it is still raining right now. That's where the heaviest showers are right now. The Spring River is under a flood warning, and that is expected to crest tomorrow morning at around 12 feet, which is 2 feet above flood stage, and that could cause problems along Highway 37 between Avila and Reeds over in eastern Jasper County. We're also watching Flat Creek over near Jenkins. It's starting to tick up a little bit as well and is in action stage at this point. And of course, I'll have all the breakdown on the forecast coming up in just a little bit.
See you soon. As the weather warms up, ticks are already making their presence known. A recent study in Missouri detected tick-borne diseases in about 21% of the gathered ticks. Ticks can carry several serious diseases with a number of debilitating symptoms. Experts say it's important to protect yourself while you're outside by using insect repellent, wearing long-sleeve shirts and long pants, and staying on walking paths.
They are most attracted to areas of high moisture, so that's going to be things like your armpits, your groin, your feet, because of socks trapping moisture in your shoes. So those are the first places to check when looking for ticks on you.
Experts also say it's important to treat your pets for ticks, as they can easily carry them in and bring them indoors. A Canadian pipeline company says it's completed the recovery of oil spilled into a Kansas creek in December. TC Energy says it continues to restore the shoreline of Mill Creek and adjacent areas near the Nebraska border affected by the spill of more than 500,000 gallons of crude oil from the Keystone Pipeline. It was the largest oil pipeline spill in the U.S. in 9 years and the largest leak on the 12-year-old Keystone Pipeline. The company says it expects to continue its work at the spill site until the third quarter of this year. The unemployment rate in Kansas is expected to decrease in 2024, with the state poised to add thousands of new jobs. That's according to a new employment forecast released by the Wichita State University Center for Economic Development and Business Research. Since 2020, employment rates have been on the rise. The center estimates an employment increase of 0.8% for the state in 2024. It also predicts GDP across all industries in Kansas to increase. The oil, mining, and natural gas industries are particularly expected to have significant growth. Mail delivery for one street in downtown Springfield, Missouri is on pause. The postman's motto is neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor hail, so keep the postmen from their appointed rounds, but turns out Biscuit can. Your reporter Elizabeth Van Meter has more.
We did nothing to deserve this.
This quiet street on South Market Avenue has a big problem. The mailman is no longer delivering mail. Neighbors like Stevan Jackson haven't got anything in the mail for more than a month.
It's causing a problem because I had 2 bills that was behind, and I didn't know it because I was waiting on the letters to come in the mail.
I know that this is a huge inconvenience for people that do not have a car.
And my insurance company said that they was going to hold my meds until we got the situation solved.
The big reason the mail service will no longer deliver on the street is rather small, at least in size.
Vicious dog in our neighborhood.
Meet Biscuit. The postman here had a run-in with Biscuit a month ago. Neighbors say he's not a threat.
Somebody that obviously does not know Biscuit.
Neighbors say he's a sweet dog who loves scratches and barking.
The postman said that Biscuit was sick on him, so he pepper sprayed him.
This is something that is basically a city code that, animals need to be restrained and whatnot, but I think there was some overreaction on probably the part of the carrier.
Mark Inglet, a spokesperson for the USPS, spoke in general about their procedures.
Basically, our protocol is this: if there's a dog loose and there's any risk of a dog bite or injury to the carrier, we notify the owner. Biscuit's
owner, who declines an on-camera interview, said he did get a letter, but he didn't realize the whole street would be impacted. Neighbors just don't understand why the whole street is being punished because of this one small pooch.
Deliver right on next street, right here. We watch him deliver mail. He sits on the side of my house every lunch break, but he can't deliver my mail to my house.
Coming up, we're going to learn why the president of Pitt State is on a mission to bike across the entire state of Kansas. Plus, we're going to head to El Dorado, Kansas, where residents attempted to break the world record for the most cars passing through a drive-through in 1 hour. Pitt State's president is on a mission to bike across the state of Kansas. Dan Shipp is just getting started, and he was greeted this morning by junior high and elementary students in Frontenac as he made his way to Fort Scott, the first leg of the journey. He's going to be burning rubber across the Sunflower State on a 12-day trip. Shipp and his caravan will stop in cities along the way with the goal of meeting guerrillas across the state and securing funding for scholarships for students. First grade students in Anderson, Missouri have been collecting pop tabs from aluminum cans all year, and today they delivered their collection to the Ronald McDonald House of the Four States in Joplin. The class's teacher, Mrs. Bradley, has been having her students collect pop tabs for the Ronald McDonald House for several years. This was the first year her class got a tour of the facility to see how it impacts families in need.
Feeling that how good it felt to help others. We've talked about why we're doing this, what the money is used for, why the people stay here, and they have been excited, so excited to get to come here and see why we're doing this. They love helping.
Ronald McDonald House officials say their recycling program has raised more than $35,000 since 1997. Long line of McDonald's customers in El Dorado, Kansas had one goal: break the record for the most cars passing through a drive-through line in an hour. Reporter Rami Dadal checked it all out.
What are you guys doing here this morning?
Supporting our favorite McDonald's. Helping break a world record.
I'm gonna wave the flag when it's ready.
I am here to help break the world record for the most cars served through the drive-through.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Place your orders! My people and my crew here, about 6 months ago, they decided that this is a very fast drive-through every day normally, but about 6 months ago they decided they were going to try to set a record in the drive-through, and so we went and looked it up, and the best we could find was 300, and so that's what we're trying to do today.
How may I help you? Order when you're ready. How may I help you? Okay, 215, thank you. How may I help you?
I want to thank my crew and all the people who are out here working. As you could tell, there was a lot of cars. We had traffic backed up on the highway for over a mile. and we're moving them through pretty good, and thank all the crew people and everybody else that is working hard today, but they're having fun.
It looks huge. Yeah. So we're excited.
It's awesome. I like that the community supporting it and everything. It's exciting. It's exciting.
It's great. They worked really hard. They organized and planned really hard, and the crew delivered. And the customers, the community delivered. So 356 in an hour, that's moving a lot of cars. That's better than one every 10 seconds. Amazing deal. It was outstanding.
I'll have fries with that, please. A little bit later, it's opening day for high school softball playoffs in Kansas. We're going to have highlights from Girard's matchup against Caney Valley.
And we're going to be highlighting the radar here over the next couple of days, and we're going to be talking about the forecast as well when we come back. Well, friends, we've had a pretty soaked day across the area with lots of showers and thunderstorms, but of course we've been needing the precipitation as we've been in a dry spell for quite some time, especially for our friends in southeastern Kansas. Right now, let's take a look at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort down in Seneca, Missouri. We started out with clouds, and then we started to see a little bit of sunshine mid-morning, and then the clouds turned into thunderstorms this afternoon and wetting the pavement quite a bit down in that area. And we're going to see that for another few hours, but then we're going to go into a dry spell. Today, the allergies were good, 4.7. Tomorrow, about the same, 4.8. Of course, with all the precipitation washing those pollens out of the air, that's helping out a little bit. We made it up to 79 today after starting out at 68, which was very mild. Of course, that was above the normals of 77 and 56. Rainfall, we are actually ahead for the month so far, but for the year, we're about 3.5 inches below normal. But we're going to catch up on that, hopefully, as we head through the rest of the month. Radar right now over the last few hours shows quite a bit of shower and thunderstorm activity, especially in southwestern Missouri with the flood watches in effect, and also in northeastern Oklahoma. Heaviest showers right now moving into Ottawa County, but you can see the back edge of the storms starting to inch their way towards the east. And so we're going to see the rain chances start to decrease as we go into the overnight hours. Right now, the heaviest showers are from around Chetopa down to Miami, down towards Veneta, and these are all moving off towards the east at a very slow pace. Temperatures right now are generally in the 60s and 70s with light and variable winds across the area. In Joplin, we're sitting at 70 degrees even, north wind at 9, dew point is 67, humidity is up there at 90% on the hour. Now, we're not expecting any severe weather. That's the good news. We do see a marginal risk of some thunderstorms that could approach strong limits across southern Missouri and northern Arkansas as we go into the overnight hours, but most of the rain is going to start moving away from our area. Rain chances are going to show that too, generally dropping through the overnight hours and into tomorrow below 20% across the area. Rainfall amounts tonight are going to generally be around 1/2 inch or less with those additional showers and thunderstorms. You can notice out towards the west, the rain starts to end from west to east across our area. And tonight, we're going to see lows dropping down into the 60s and 50s with those showers moving eastward with northerly winds. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s. A pretty good day, maybe a sprinkle or two, especially in the eastern sections. Then as we go into Wednesday morning, we're going to see lows in the 50s, very comfortable for this time of year, and lower dew points as well, so it'll feel nice. And then Wednesday afternoon, partly cloudy skies with highs in the 70s. And then as we go into Thursday morning, lows once again in the 50s with increasing clouds out towards the west. Over the next 7 days, AM fog is a pretty good bet across the area tomorrow, especially where it's been raining heavily, and a high of 68. Then dry on Wednesday as well, and then storms come back late Thursday into Friday, and then drier for the weekend, Dow, with temperatures in the 70s, and that dry weather continues through most of next week.
Technically, some of the area is still under drought conditions, but it's good to see getting some rain, maybe refill those ponds a little bit.
Absolutely. We'll take what we can get.
You bet. Thanks, Sam. Still ahead, the high school softball playoffs begin this afternoon in southeast Kansas. And Pittsburgh girls soccer prepares to host a regional match for the first time in program history. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
Well, today is the opening day of the playoffs for Kansas high school softball. The Girard Trojans hit the field this afternoon in the first round of their 3A regional bracket in Columbus. And the Trojans are the 3 seed in the bracket, facing the 6 seed Caney Valley. The Trojans down 3-0, but Aaron Anderson leads off the bottom of the first with a big home run to center. Cuts the deficit to 3-1. To the third, they're down just 1. Eleanor Reek sends it back up the middle. That brings Emmeline Sinek home. reach in there to second, game tied at 3. Then the Trojans take their first lead later in the inning. Sam Bruchin, liner to left. Runner scores. Bailey Troike right behind her. 2-run single for Bruchin. Makes it 5-3. Next inning, Emmeline Sinnekit up. Pulls this one just fair and into the corner and left. That scores Sarah Goebel. Double for Sinnekit. Pushes the Girard lead to 6-3. Just for good measure, Leah McGowan follows that up. The hard line drive to left. Sinnekit in from second. McGowan takes her place out there with the double. Girard moves on to the regional semifinals, beating Caney Valley 9-5. Now they play the winner of this one. Defending state champion Frontenac faces Galena. First inning, Annie Lee puts it back up the middle and into center field. Maddie Lajada scores from second. RBI single for Lee. 4 runs in the first inning for Frontenac. In the circle, Avery Johnson. Great start, strikeout there. She really shut down Galena all afternoon. Back to the bats though, Abby Beeman this time. Sends a rocket into the grass in center. That brings Annie Lee home. 2 more for the Raiders in the second. Pushes their lead to 6-0. Then in the third, Caitlin Hayslip sends one in the gap in right center. That gets down. Run scores 3 more runs in the third, makes it 9-0 Frontenac. Then the weather delayed the game. They actually resume this one tomorrow afternoon with the Raiders leading 9-0 in the top of the fourth. Well, this week is playoff week for the Pittsburgh High School girls soccer team. The Purple Dragons have earned the 7th seed in the 5A East bracket and will face DeSoto tomorrow night in the regional semifinals. The Pittsburgh heads into the postseason with a little momentum, winning 4 straight to end the regular season. The Purple Dragons head into regionals with an 8-5 overall record. That record is good enough to earn Pittsburgh a home game to begin regionals for the first time in the program's 3-year history.
It's amazing. When you think about it, last year was this program's first win ever, and now they're with the winning season, hosting regionals, and it's just amazing how fast it's growing.
I just think it's our teamwork and ability to just work together as one whole team throughout the season. It's a bunch of different people from different places, but we've really been able to come together with good chemistry and work together to have a winning record.
Like I said, that program is only 3 years old. I remember doing the stories about them starting the program, trying to score their first goal, get their first win last year, and now seeing them 8-5 and hosting a regional. Things happen quickly. Congratulations.
Very steep upward trajectory. Who knows what might lie ahead for them? We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have the latest from the Joplin City Council meeting about that proposal to ban sales of shooter bottles of alcohol. Plus, child advocates in Missouri react to child tax credit legislation failing this session. And a steakhouse in Baxter Springs, Kansas is named the best in the state, at least by one group. Those stories and a lot more coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Yes, we do need the rain, but if you're traveling in some areas, you want to be aware of the possibility that the water could be rising a bit more than you want.
Exactly, especially Highway 37 there in eastern Jasper County between Reeds and Avila might have some problems tomorrow. That's when it's expected to crest. And then we're going to see more scattered showers and storms late Thursday into Friday, and then drier next week.
Final sports note.
We have a time now for Missouri Southern Baseball's regional tournament opener against Arkansas Tech. The Lions will host the Wonder Boys at 6 p.m. Thursday night, so I'm looking forward to that.
The Wonder Boys.
Yeah, Arkansas Tech, yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
a mascot. We have some unique mascots that we've covered in the last few
I
weeks.
guess
but that's
so.
one of my
People
favorites.
would say that about the Gorillas.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.